The study group that we'll be doing coming up this Saturday is an opportunity for us as a community to come together, specifically those between the ages of 14, 15, and 26, to be able to not be told what to do, but to be asked questions about who they are and how they identify with the world. I participated in the study group with my business partner, friend, older brother, and mentor, Lasana Hotep, when he ran a male retention group at Arizona State University. Though I did not go to Arizona State University, I went to San Diego State University. Lasana and I had a relationship, and he started me on a journey where I began to read things like Stolen Legacy, The Miseducation of the Negro, The Pedagogy of the Oppressed, They Came Before Columbus. And I started to be able to identify who I was and my place in this world, and answer the question for myself of finding my purpose and how I wanted to relate into this world. So the study group allowed me, and I read these books not just by myself, but when I was done reading, or each chapter by chapter, Lasana always made himself available to answer my questions, to let him know, hey, I was raised this way, and when I read right here, this is not something I've learned. And so to have an elder in my life who had went through these stages in his life and could identify through this process with how his elders raised him, he gave it back to me. And so the study group allowed me to be in a place of being able to be comfortable in my own skin and with my own heritage. You should attend this event because we can't rest on the traditional educational systems to help us identify how we identify with the world as young black men and young black women. We have a complex situation where a lot of us are being told what to do. A lot of us are being forced at what to do, whether that you're being forced to go to church, which is a good thing. I believe, you raise a child up in the way they should go. But at a certain time, when you become that 18, 19, 20, 21, when you've been forced to do something so long, if you've never been in an environment that embraces your own ideas and who you are, you then can become challenged with how you navigate through the world and how you question yourself when you're in college, or you're with friends like, do I really want to major? Do I really want to major in business, or would I prefer to major in dance? Do I really want to major in engineering, or is my purpose in life in the environment? And so the study group allowed us to ask those questions. I have some friends who are at Arizona State University who, when they got into the study group, they had one major. Like one of the testimonials I have from a good friend of mine, he went through a study group, and by going through the study group, he identified that he was the man who wanted to explore the world. Now before, he had a totally different major. So what he did was, now that he understood, like, this is my purpose and this is my passion, he stepped back and found a major in that area that allowed him to just about travel every month to a different place in the world. So the study group helps in not us being told what to do, but allowing us to use what we've learned from our elders, couple that with who God created us to be, and ask questions to allow God to take us to where he wants us to be. The Black Male Handbook I think it should be a requirement in every single black family across the country. The Black Male Handbook, edited by Kevin Powell and forward by Hill Harper, pulls on 7 different brothers from different categories, and they all write a different reference on a topic that they specialize in, from spirituality to politics to finances to redefining manhood to how to end violence against women. And this book serves as a reference guide where we can go, brothers and young sisters, or older brothers and older sisters, where we can use this as a reference, as a guide to navigate from somebody else's experience what we may be experiencing, and seeing what was their testimony of how they got through and how they got to the place where they are comfortable within their finances, they're comfortable within their political action, they're comfortable within who they are as men, they're comfortable with understanding why we need to protect these beautiful black women. And the Black Male Handbook, I've been privileged and blessed to know that one of the editors of the book, Lasana Hotep, who is my business partner, my friend, my mentor, my brother, he writes on spirituality. And him coming from LA, being raised in the LA area, going through the Nation of Islam, Fruits of Islam, Christianity, church, Afrocentricity, the African diaspora, and then coming to identify and put all these pieces together where he's now comfortable with his own spirituality. He now writes that in a way where he takes the complexity of what we go through as black men and simplifies it as far as these are the things you should look at when navigating, and these are some of the questions that you should go in, and these are some of the emotions you're going to go through. Absolutely. It's very, very important that the sisters come out. I mean, the one piece I connect with our sisters is the chapter that deals with how we ending violence against women within our community. But it's very important because politics is just as important to the brothers as it is to the sisters. Finances are just important to the brothers as it is to the sisters. Spirituality is just important. And just because it comes from a male perspective, we also need to hear a voice of our women, because in any community, the way your women are treated kind of defines how your community is going to be built. They are the nurturers, they are the balance, they are the guide, and they allow us to be in a position to help us build communities. So it's very important that our sisters join us and join this conversation and let us know from their perspective how we approach these topics, especially when it comes to ending violence. And that's on, I want to say, that's on a positive to end violence, but I also want to take it to another level with especially knowing how to identify as a man. How do you prepare yourself for a woman to help build your village and community? And as a woman, how you prepare yourself to partner and identify your Barack Obama to help build your village or community. So it's very important that the sisters are present. Speak out, Pasadena.